Good afternoon. I got an idea. I'm going to call it what we know and what we don't know. First of all, what we know about a person and what we don't know. Well, a lot of times, you know that in our world, on this planet, within any civilization, um, you are only supposed to publicly claim, let's say, 20% of things or 10% of things, whether it's personal with you as an individual, a group, an organization, whatever it is. um, I think some things are understood. And, it's not well, look, I wanted to back it up. First of all, if I told you I was very good in piano, you might be like, well, where the fuck is the proof? And then you see me keying in multiple videos. Okay, he's pretty good. You see me. Now, I've been talking about that every now and then in the videos. I throw in the fact that I robbed the bank. So I put up the actual paper, the document, the actual court document with my name on there, or my legal name on there, with the date that the offense occurred, written as robbery and plus disguised with intent. But at the bottom it says to stay away from TD Bank, which is a big bank branch in Canada, TD Canada Trust, and Plaza. Plaza is, you know what a plaza is. The TD Bank is in a plaza. I robbed the TD Bank, but there's other things beside it. I don't know about anymore. Beside the TD Bank was between a pizza and a convenience store. If I'm wrong, if I'm right, there was a 24-hour grocery store, a pharmacy, and a barber shop, and maybe one or two other things. But I showed you the actual document. Now, prior to that incident, or prior to me robbing that bank, I never had any kind of mental health or anything like that. I never had anything like that prior to robbing that bank. Never in my life. Okay. So much so that even if I tried to, people used to run, we used to say you got ADD, ADHD in order to get to go to a private school and take courses that cost $1,000 a course, right? But if you went there, you could cheat and get a 95 and get your way to university. I tried that. I said, "Hey, can you guys do that?" They were like, "Dude, you're crazy. How are we gonna put you as ADD, man? You got way better marks than people." Well, what they told me is that your English test, which is a literacy test, which is mandatory in 10th grade in high school, he said you scored so well that and you're not even you weren't even born here. You know what I mean? You were born in another country, and you scored so well that there are people who have been going to this school, people that have been living in this country for generations and generations, and they were failing this test. By the way, I may be wrong. I was either the first or second person to finish, or one of the first to finish that test. I remember. And I was just cruising through it. I didn't give I knew for every answer I gave, I knew I was going to get 65 to 70% at least. I put in the answer quickly, moved on. And I read through the scenarios, and then I wrote shit and whatever. It was really easy. And I just blitzed through it, threw it in there, bye-bye. So they weren't even willing to do that for me, But like I said, if you don't grow with life kind of hits you. But anyways, that's my deal so far. Now, what you know, what you don't know. Well, publicly, we're not supposed to talk about a lot of stuff. But I showed that document publicly. But we aren't really supposed to talk about each and every little thing. Well, I do this, I do that. This is about me, and that's about me or whatnot. So yeah, I think that's understood. I don't think I have to say first of all, I showed that document. I've never had anything with that before. I'm pretty sure people can look at me and say, he's not crazy. Now, let's talk America. Let's talk LA. Let's talk Chicago. Let's talk New York. Gangs are probably, America may be one of the most predominant ganglands in the whole world. I mean, LA is the home of gangs. There are gangs all over the world that started over in LA and went over there. Gang banging is a big thing in America. And you know, I don't know if you know, but if you know, typically, like for example, the MLDs are called Maniac Latin Disciples. Okay, Maniac. Every gang, like first you have a big gang, and then you have parts of the gang that can be like 23rd and 27th Street, for example, right? Weston and Bloomberg Street, for example, right? And then they'll call themselves the Bloomberg Boys, the West Boys. One of the most popular things for any gang is the word loco or the word insane. Maniac is another one, but a lot of them start insane Satan disciple, insane whatever clique, locals, Southside locals. So, and guys will be named loco or insane. Being loco or insane, like just means you're a crazy ass dude. Means you're narcissistic, right? As per cops in certain documentaries, when they talk about gangs, they always say some of the about some of the most worst reputable gangs, like the baddest gangs. They always say they're a bunch of narcissists. Okay, there was actually quote unquote like was almost like if you put a bunch of like super narcissists together, you get this gang. Okay, loco, crazy, and insane is all part of that. So if I rob a bank and they call me loco or crazy or nuts or whatever they call me, I mean in states I would be like a top gangbanger in that case. Cause I'm loco, I'm crazy, I'm hardened, I'm strong, I'm a lion, I'm a shark. I go in. I got so much value to me. I got so many hard skills. On top of that, I'm a 1%er as of now. As of now, I'm actually a 1%er. So that means out of 100 capable people that you would, like if you round up 100 notable people, like people that have something to be notable about, right, from the basic to the highest, I would be 1 out of 100. Out of 100 of them, I'd be the top guy. I'd be number 1. That's what 1%er means. That's a big, big fucking deal. That's a big, big, big fucking deal. So we got that straight. Yeah, everywhere. You know, this guy will be called, for example, Loco Chris. Okay. Crazy, crazy sleeper, right? Crazy killer, right? Insane T, insane C, insane M. You know, that's common, you know. I'm sure you like, dude, that's common. You know, in America, that shit is normal, man. You know what I mean? In Canada, I'll tell you what the difference is that we don't have organized crime to the level that they have there. We have nowhere near, I would say, literally, we have about less than 1% of the organized crime rate or the organized crime syndicates or the organized crime world in the States. In Canada is literally 1%. In Toronto, sorry. Montreal and Vancouver are different stories. They do have a higher organized crime thing going on. They have some notorious jails and things like that in Vancouver and in Montreal. But in Toronto, it's probably less than 1% of the organized world of any major city in America. And Toronto's a major city in Canada. So I'm comparing it with New York, Chicago, LA, Miami. We got way less organized crime. So what do? They say, okay, because we don't have organized crime, if this guy is a local crazy bank robber, whatever, he must be mental. That's the way that they look at it. He must be mental. If I came out of nowhere and I'm a bank and I just robbed the bank, they're shook by that, and they think this guy's crazy. This guy's a threat. If he's capable of that, what can he be capable of next? In Canada, they try to use the word mental in order to discredit you. So let's say you were the best boxer in the world, or let's say you're the best debater in the world. When you beat people, they get together and say this guy's mental because he's beating everybody. Toronto is not a very strong or dog-eat-dog place. It's a safety net place. Everybody gets thrown into the safety net. In Canada, at one point, a statistic came out that 1 in 2 Canadians have some kind of mental health issue, saying that 50% of the population is crazy. So I want you to understand what the fuck is going on in Canada. They don't understand criminals here in Toronto. There's no criminal world in Toronto. The fact that I got SD thrown up there and I put it up on my YouTube with the SD with the 5-point star to let you know for sure that it's Satan, for Satan disciples.